And welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Terry McFadden, class of 1983. I'm joined now in the studio by Ara Parseghian. Now, during the era of Ara, he coached the Fighting Irish to 2 national championships and an overall record of 95 wins, 17 losses, and 4 ties, matched only by the likes of Leahy and Rockne in Notre Dame history. And Coach, you are truly in rare company when you speak of those names, and we are so thrilled that you could be here with us today. Welcome to Notre Dame Day, Coach.
Thank you very much.
And also joining us, another Notre Dame legend in my estimation, Gregory Crawford, the Vice President and Associate Provost, who still finds time to lead the College of Science as its Dean. Dean Crawford, thrilled to have you as well here with Coach Parseghian. And you're all about team, Coach Parseghian, and right here we've got a dynamic duo of a team. You two have been working closely together to find cures for rare diseases, one in particular that's dear to your heart, Coach. What brought you, a football coach, and a scientist like Dr. Greg here together?
I think God dropped him down from heaven. Really, we've been at this for a long time, and you kind of run out of steam sometimes, and all of a sudden he shows up, and he's a whirlwind. You know what they talk about in athletics, the blue chip player? He's more than just blue chip. He's energized our entire foundation. He's run a bicycle back and forth across the country 4 times, tried that for size. And I mean, he's been just wonderful. I mean, and we've made a great team. I mean, what he's done for us and in our foundation, what we've done accelerating our, all the experiments that we have, National Institute of Health. He has all the answers to those things.
And of course, we're talking about Niemann Pick Type C disease, which claimed, unfortunately, 3 of your grandchildren. And talk about what the foundation has done since it was founded way back in 1994.
One of the most devastating things that has ever happened to me in my life was in the fall of 1994. And it was when we learned that our 3 youngest grandchildren had this mysterious disease that nobody knew much about. And it was on a football weekend, believe it or not. And that's when Cindy and Mike decided, along with our entire family, that we were going to try to do something about this. Very little was known. There wasn't even a paragraph to find out what a diagnostic test. And we finally got a diagnostic test where people can go somewhere and find out about this disease. And so maybe I've strayed away a little bit from what you were looking for, but what Greg and the rest of the foundation has done, we've raised over $45 million. It has all basically gone to the research for this. We have drugs that are, and you can, Greg can answer that question better than I can, that are now in the NIH, and some of them promising. So people who will have children later diagnosed will have somewhere to go and hopefully a pure cure.
Which did not exist at all when, unfortunately, your 3 grandchildren
There was practically zero knowledge about this disease, but we've made people aware of it, and we've gone in the right direction, and Greg can bring you up to date on all the research that's going in Washington.
And why is Notre Dame such a great place for fighting a disease like this? Why is it such a great research tool in helping Coach Parseghian and other families that may face this down the road?
Yeah, the Center for Rare and Neglected Diseases is a perfect mission fit for the university. If you look at rare diseases, in some cases like Niemann Pick, there may be less than 1,000 kids in the country, and there's no way industry will pick it up and search for a cure. It's just too expensive. There's no way the government would fund it because it's just one of 8,000 other rare diseases, and so you have to do unusual things. And so we partnered together to make those things happen, from runs to bike rides to Pebble Beach tournaments to golfing to whatever it takes. It's whatever it's going to take to get this thing done. We're going to do it. And so Coach has been a great mentor to us all, more than a coach, but a life mentor. And he revs up all the scientists, gets them engaged and involved, and now we're getting close.
You're kind of like his offensive coordinator in this fight, aren't you?
He's my quarterback.
Offensive coordinator.
Absolutely.
And the centerpiece of your efforts, Doc, have been this Road to Discovery tour. For folks who aren't familiar with it, you've pedaled quite a bit for this cause.
Sure. So I've gone across the country 4 times. I'm doing my 5th ride this year. And when I got to Notre Dame, I'm a physicist by training, but I met Cindy and Mike and I met Coach, and I was going to oversee the Center for Rare Disease, but I wanted to be a part of it in a bigger way. And so I didn't know what to do exactly, and so I thought perhaps I could bike ride and raise money and raise awareness going across the country, and so that's kind of how I played out the mission. And it was just interesting because growing up, we only watched Notre Dame football in the house. My dad would only let me watch that, and so I wanted to play for Coach Parseghian. You know, as 8 or 10.
Didn't we all?
Everybody does, right? And then in some strange way, it comes full circle, and I get to play for him now in a very different way.
Okay, and we couldn't let you go unless we asked you, how's this year's version of the Irish looking, Coach?
I got to see part of the spring game, but it's a convoluted scoring system and so forth. But I got the impression that they're going to be pretty good. Got 2 quarterbacks, and they've got a lot of experience coming back because of all the injuries defensively. My general feeling about it is a good one. The schedule is difficult, like it always has been, but I think they have particularly coming off the LSU win. Those 2 quarterbacks in that game playing at the same time put a dimension to their offense that they didn't have during the season. So I don't want to put the hat on Brian because I had enough hats on me, but I just feel comfortable about what I saw and the amount of talent they have.
Wonderful. Thanks for both of you for joining us today. And we couldn't thank you enough, Greg, for your efforts and for you soldiering on, Coach Parseghian, for this noble cause and this life-saving cause that we hope. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mo?